Lou, Matthew Lehman here, otherwise known as a bit of the universe. It's just another continuation of the last video that I was making tonight. Right now it's 4:36 a.m. I just wanted to comment on the last video that I made. I noticed that the camera was not really located or not centered on the video, so I think I'm going to mirror that video and post it on here. I just want to test out something that I just downloaded a little while ago to mirror videos. Anyhow, if you don't know what that is, look it up. Let's see. What was I talking about? Homelessness. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks being homeless. But you know what the really strange thing about it is? I never felt freer in my life than I did when I was homeless. To be honest with you, I've never felt better than I did when I was homeless. No responsibilities at all. No money coming in, no money going out. I don't know what it is, but hunger doesn't seem to be a problem for me. I can go easily a month without eating. I know that kind of sounds scary, but I've done it twice already. Twice I've gone a month without eating. Once in Alpena County Jail, and once in the jail in Indianapolis. I've gone 20 days without eating at Point East. I've gone, 14 days without eating at Alpena County Jail. I've gone 3 days without eating at the jail in Grand Rapids. No, it wasn't 3 days. I was out of there within 24 hours. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my employer at the time came and bailed me out. That's kind of a funny story. I think I should tell that one. So I was walking down the street with another employee of Duffler's, which is a grocery store, Spartan Foods. It's right on Michigan Avenue in Grand Rapids, or it was. I'm not sure if it's still there or not. This was in, I don't know, the year 2000. 11 years ago. Almost to the day. Anyhow, yeah, I was in jail in Grand Rapids for a little while. Passed up a couple meals. No problem with that. But yeah, I've been in jail a few times. I've been in a couple different hospitals, and I gotta tell you, I just lose my appetite when I'm being held against my will. But even more than that, I think of it as a form of passive resistance. I believe that's the term that Gandhi used. Some people might call it a hunger strike. I don't know what else to call it right now. Hunger strike. But how do you strike against being incarcerated? I didn't feel like I belonged in jail for what I did. Maybe I just haven't learned my lessons. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm trying to take care of things that are wrong in the world. I'm not killing anybody. I've only gotten in a few fights before in my life. A dozen tops throughout my entire life. And most have been in my defense. A few have been, I don't even know what to consider a fight. A single punch. I've punched people one time, maybe 3 times in my life. Wow, not including my little brother. Come to think of it, I used to get in a lot of scuffling matches with my little brother. So, but of those, the 12 that I originally mentioned, my brother was one of them. Actually 2 of them. 2 of them, once when he lost his job at Kentucky Fried Chicken on the 4th of July. I think it was, yeah. And he came home and started talking about going into the military and spending all his money. Well, first he was going to spend all his money. Then he was going to join the military. And I told him, why not, if you're serious about going into the military, why not go into the military and save your money in case the military doesn't work out for you? Well, in response to that, he said, I don't fucking think so. I know what you want. You want me to go into the military and die so that you can have all my money. He said that to the whole table, my whole family, our whole family. And I got really offended and nobody else said anything. So I asked him to settle down. He immediately got angry and asked me if I wanted to fight him. And, you know, I used to beat him up a lot when we were kids. Just for stupid reasons sometimes. But I was just, I guess, being a big brother. So now he's a UFC fighter, not UFC, excuse me, MMA. He fights in mixed martial arts competitions around Alpena occasionally. He's not a very well-known fighter around here, but he does fight and he's not bad. Yeah, Mark Lehman. That's my brother. So anyhow, yeah, he's fought in a couple fights. But he wanted to fight me there, and so I tried to say no. I told him I loved him, and he just got up in my face, told me to fuck off. Got around the table, started getting right in my face, told me to come on, got this crazy look in his eye, and then he just started going at me. I guess he started getting up real close. I didn't throw a first punch, didn't grab him or nothing. Deflected maybe half a dozen punches before I finally moved in and grabbed a hold of him. We struggled for a little while, and then my mother, everybody was kind of yelling, you know, Matt, leave him alone, when I really wasn't the aggressor, but I did have a lot more control of him than he did of me. And I think anybody who gets in fights knows that that's really what matters. If you have control of the other person's body, that's just in wrestling. Anyhow, that's what it was. It was a wrestling match. And, yeah, that was one of the fights that I got in with him. I gotta say, though, I love my little brother. I really do. I don't know what to do as an older brother. besides love him anymore. I feel like I hardly know him, but he's not a very social person, or at least he wasn't for a long time. And I've always kind of attributed that to my mother separating us when we were younger. Growing up, he was my best friend. And Mark, if you ever see this, you're definitely my best friend growing up. I took care of him. I loved him. And I hurt his feelings. I got in fights with him. I looked after him. I don't know, I always tried to come up with games and things for us to do. When I was really young, I used to invent all sorts of games that we could play in our backyard or at the beach or throughout the neighborhood. And formed a club called Beach Network. I hope some of you that watch this remember Beach Network. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I still remember every base that we had down the beach. I still remember every project we ever did. Yeah, we had all sorts of things. What I really liked about Beach Network was, well, I guess not what I really liked about it, but anybody that knows what Beach Network is, they were t-shirts, and they had these little characters, like surfers. They were monsters. There was the creature from the Black Lagoon. That's who I was. There was a skeleton. There was a werewolf. There was a rat. I think there were 6 total different characters. Anyhow, the shirts had tags that had these little pictures of them that were just big enough to fit in the lines of a sheet of paper. And so I created a list of everybody's names that was in the club, and I cut the tags off all the shirts that we got, and I cut out the little heads, the little faces, and you'd get like a star, like at school you get a gold star if you do something good in class. Well, if you did something good for the club, you got a little emblem, or not a little emblem, but a little face next to your name. And so it was like a competition to see every day that people would come over, and we'd go down in the club room, which was the room in the basement on State Street. When I lived at State Street. And I'd hope that everybody would see these little faces. And yeah, I miss that. And I miss my little brother, and I'm sorry for all the people that I've punched or kicked or yelled at. I am really sorry. But we are animals. If you deny that, you are a stupid human. Because we are animals. We're very smart animals. Well, smarter than all the other animals. The question I wanna know the answer to is: are we the smartest animals in the universe? Are we the smartest things in the universe? Are we the smartest things in this galaxy? Or even within the nearest 1,000 light years? 1425 right now. I got a couple more seconds. So the galaxy is about 100,000 light years wide. All the stars that we see in the night sky are within approximately 1,000 light years. So if you imagine, you look at the band of the Milky Way, there's so many more stars in the Milky Way. All the stars that you see, there's only about 6,000 you can see with your naked eye. 1451. I'll make it up.